Yes, after we convince, after we making Marty think we're super secret agents, we are back to 1980s. Let's see how y'all goes, how we.
Well, everything looks okay.
Are you sure?
See, McFly residence. So, want to come in? Maybe hang out a while? I want my dad to see for himself that you're still around.
I'd love to, Marty, but...
You've got to go. I understand, Doc. You've got a life to lead, kids to raise and all that.
No, I've got to go to the bank and stop that estate sale you told me about.
Oh.
You go find your pop. I'll be back within the hour.
See you soon, Doc. All right.
Well, yes, see what everything's okay. The same as it was back when you left it for. Let's go.
Hey, anyone home? There's something wrong with my key.
Please, not now. Tomorrow. Give me another day.
Another day? Dad, what are you talking about?
Marty?
What is wrong?
No, that's impossible. Marty was run out of town.
I've got a bad feeling about this. You just saw me last night, Dad. Don't you remember? Doc's estate sale, the DeLorean.
This is a trick. Go away.
Leave us alone! Haven't we suffered enough?
Mom.
Whoa, well, that's odd. An awful stressful. An awful good day.
Get Jennifer on the phone. She'll recognize my voice.
Jennifer? Jennifer who?
Jennifer Parker, my girlfriend.
I don't know who you're talking about.
How can I convince you?
Tell me something only Marty would know.
Oh yes, like in the first movie, like how you ain't always talked about how she met George, how she kissed George.
The first time he kissed Mom, it was at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
That's right.
Oh my lord, what are you waiting for, George? Let him in!
Stupid locks. Marty!
Oh my God, Dad! What happened to you?
What do you think happened, butthead?
Biff!
I thought we told you to stay out of town, shrimp.
Biff, whatever's going on, I'm sure we can handle it. Reasonably. Who were they?
Yeah, like you don't know Cliff and Riff.
What do you think we should do with him, baby bro? What we should have done years ago, big bro.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this, McFly.
What? Where do these other Tannens come from?
From a mommy Tannen and a daddy Tannen.
It's
more like it. 2 Tannens and 1 cup. 2 Tannens and 1 cup.
called the birds and the bugs, butthead.
Biff!
Well,
Better leave before my dad calls the cops.
The cops? We own the cops.
The Tannen gang's the 5th most dangerous crime family in California. We got connections all over the place.
No way.
You don't believe me?
Biff, no!
Bang! Check it out.
To your family from mine. In gratitude for your continued service, J.J. Valenti.
That's Don Valenti, godfather of the Sacramento mob.
The 3rd most dangerous crime family in California.
I got a question. Look, can't we bury the hatchet already?
Even better idea. I bury this 9-iron up your backside. Ooh.
Tell me. How long have you been coming down on my dad like this?
Ever since that school dance, when Georgie laid Biff out in the parking lot.
Shut up, it's not funny.
Someone messes with the Tannen family, the Tannen family never lets him forget about it.
Okay,
I
but
miss with it. How come Biff not with me?
Biff, what happened to you? When I left here, you were kind of afraid of my dad.
Afraid?
No Tannen ain't never been afraid of no McFly.
And another thing. When did I get run out of town?
2 years ago. Don't you remember? We made a deal that we'd go easier on your old man if you left.
But now you're back, so the kid gloves can come off.
Ooh.
Here's what I still don't understand. Why can't you pick on somebody else?
We do. We pick on lots of guys.
It's kind of our thing.
One more question. What the hell did you do to my dad?
Your dad's been in that wheelchair since before you were born, butthead.
And you better hope he has a spare, because you're going to need one in like 3 seconds. Ugh.
And another thing. What are you guys doing here anyway?
It's that time of the month. Time for Georgie to pay up.
Well, we usually take the payment in cash. But this month, we can take it out of your hide.
Ooh.
Here's what I still don't understand. What about my mom? I mean, how did she end up with my dad?
Beats us. Guess she has a thing for losers. She could have had any one of us, but she went for old Gimpy McFly.
Okay, tell me this.
No more questions.
Duck.
Ugh.
Okay, tell me this.
No more questions. Ugh.
I was wondering.
Don't.
Stop asking questions,
Okay, tell me this.
No more questions.
Yes, he told me.
Ugh.
Okay, tell me this.
No more questions. Ugh.
And another thing. Why are you guys so pissed at me?
You don't
With
remember?
the questions.
You really lost it, McFly.
Think back. The thing with the manure truck?
Which one?
Ooh.
Okay, with
I was wondering.
Don't.
Okay, tell me this.
No more questions.
no more Christian.
Ugh.
Okay, tell me this.
No more questions. Ugh.
Okay, tell me this.
No more questions.
How do you get got to go?
Ugh.
I was wondering.
Don't.
Okay, tell me this.
No more questions. Ugh.
Let me ask.
Shut it. Ooh.
For goodness.
Hey!
Let me ask.
Shut it. Ooh.
I was wondering.
Don't.
Ah.
Oh, so that's
I was
what
wondering.
You do.
Don't.
Okay, tell me this.
No more questions.
Duck. Exterminate. A bunch of bullets. Bunch of buckets.
Piece of cake.
I never should have let that floozy talk me out of rubbing out your grandfather.
Huh? Kid?
No one in Hill Valley messes with the Tannen family.
Doc! Marty, get in! This timeline's been compromised.
Just think
No
so.
kidding.
About what he told Duck.
Somehow, something we did in 1931 allowed Kid Tannen to escape his date with justice. As a consequence, the Tannens have been unchecked in Hill Valley for over 50 years.
Ah, jeez, they robbed the arcade?
We've got to go back to the day Kid Tannen was supposed to be arrested. Figure out what would be forever stuck in a town owned by the Tannens.
Not an option, Doc. Punch it. Okay, Doc, let's run through this again.
Sometime tonight, Kid Tannen is supposed to be betrayed by his mole, the singer named Trixie Trotter.
That hot babe I saw coming out of the speakeasy.
Exactly. When she does, history says Tannen will be arrested by a rookie cop by the name of Danny Parker.
Parker. Hey, do you think he's related to Jennifer Parker, my girlfriend?
Could be.
Heavy.
In any event, somehow we've changed history so that neither of these events happens, condemning your family to generations of abuse at the hands of the Tannen crime family. You need to go back into Tannen's speakeasy, find out what's gone wrong, and get Kid Tannen arrested.
No problem, Doc. Let me just put on my hat and I'm good to go. Is the mustache really necessary?
It's essential. You can't let Kid know if you're the same troublemaker that foiled his attempt to kill me.
You sure you can't come in with me?
It's far too dangerous. You may be easy to disguise with your nondescript features, but ever since my daring escape from the police and the mob, my distinctive face has been plastered over every paper from here to Reno.
Nondescript?
I'll find a safe place to hunker down. That flop house ought to fit the bill. You can find me there if you need me.
Pardon me, sir. From the way you're dressed and your general aura of seediness, I can infer only one thing. You're heading for Tannen's speakeasy. Am I right?
Yeah, so to get peace.
Yeah. Can't you tell me the way?
Down. Straight down. The last stop before the inferno. Unfortunately, I don't have the power to stop you, but I beg you to tarry here a few more seconds and listen to my song.
Oh, no.
Me, 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 me.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
You say you've lost your self-respect, but you should care.
Oh, thank you, Eileen.
What in heaven's name?
Thanks, Eileen.
Oh, sorry, Miss Strickland. Just a little experimental prototype gone momentarily awry.
Mr. Brown,
Oh, good.
why is there a dog in that vehicle?
Why? Well, to advance the human condition, of course.
Yes,
Hello,
by
Sonny.
having dogs in
Sonny?
their
Mr. Crockett, what are you doing in that getup?
I'm going
undercover.
How exciting! You'll have to give me an exclusive sometime. Right now, I've got some souls to save.
And you'll have to get an eyeful of my newest experiment.
You're not angry about the rocket drill?
Water over the bridge. I've moved on to bigger and better things. Come by the gazebo when you get a chance. I'll be setting up. You won't believe what Einie and I have been up to.
Famous last words. All right. Now where's that speakeasy?
Sonny, you're just in time.
Have you been, Emmett? I know I haven't seen you in a couple of months.
I'm great, and I owe it all to you.
Really?
Yes, that argument I had with my father during our jet drill experiment gave me the incentive to finally quit that dreary court job. I've committed myself full-time to a life of science.
What's the story with the little car and all this equipment?
Einstein and I are conducting a few experiments with this 1/4 scale model to work out a few hitches in my planned demonstration at the Hill Valley Expo in a couple of months.
A radio-controlled car?
No. Well, yes, but there'll be so much more than that. It will amaze the world.
I would love to see the car insurance on a remote control car.
So, thanks for watching Einstein while I've been away.
It's been a pleasure. He's proven to be a surprisingly willing test subject. It's almost as if he's been working with me for years.
More like decades.
Aha! Got it!
Got what?
I'll show you. Ready to go, Einstein? Watch this! When this baby hits 23 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious cow flop.
I guess shit. I guess he has a nervous.
Einstein!
No! Get him out of there! Not to worry.
much
I've got a
later.
fail-safe eject mechanism around here someplace. See? Nothing to worry about.
Nothing.
Oh no. You almost got on.
I'll go see if I can find something to help. Or someone.
Okay, now let's just go to that speakeasy one. Well, let me try. What? How to get Einstein off the roof?
Who sent you?
Ulysses S. Grant.
What did you bring me?
Meat and potatoes.
What's the word?
Words are for wimps.
Who gave you the right to knock on my door?
Joe Piscopo?
Take a hike, Squirt.
Hey.
Who died and made you boss?
Boss Hogg?
What will you do if I break your leg?
Lego your ego?
Where do you live?
Hattiesburg.
Who
I
told
think
you to
so.
come here?
Bruce Springsteen?
Who gave you the right to knock on my door?
Boss Hogg?
Who said you were worthy?
Am I?
Who told you to come here?
Hieronymus Bosch?
What will you do when I send you away?
Sidle up to your boss?
Who died and made you boss?
The old gray mare?
Who died and made you boss?
Joe Piscopo?
What do you
Who
do?
said you were worthy?
Who says I'm worth? Why, my 58 subscribers, of course.
Boss Hogg?
Who said you were worthy?
Doris Day?
Who died and made you boss?
Could you repeat that?
Who died and made you boss?
Bruce Springsteen?
Who is the king of Siam?
Hieronymus Bosch?
Let's see if this should be the test
Who
subject.
told you about this place?
Place to call to my travel agent.
What's the big idea?
Stitch in time saves 9.
Settle down, mister. Why don't you wait outside and take a nap?
Napkin, please. I've made a mess.
Who told you to come here?
Boss Hog?
Who gave you the right to knock on my door?
Joe Piscopo?
Who is the king of Siam?
Bruce Springsteen?
Who gave you the right to knock on my door?
Doris Day?
What will you do if there's a raid?
Radio for help?
Where do you live?
From Russia. With love.
Who is the king of Siam?
Doris Day?
Who said you were worthy?
The old gray mare?
What will you do if I break your leg?
Jump for joy?
Who is the king of Siam?
Boss Hog?
Who is the king of Siam?
Hieronymus Bosch?
Who gave you the right to knock on my door?
Doris Day?
What will you do if I let you inside?
Sidle up to your boss?
Where do you hang your hat?
Hattiesburg.
Welcome to Kid, sir.
Finally, after 14 attempts, I managed to come in. I have a pot of lager, please, and a packet of Freakies.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to once again present the hottest little number this side of the Rockies. And when I say my pleasure, I think you all know what I'm talking about, am I right? So let's have a big Kid welcome for the one, the only, Trixie Trotter.
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care.
Out of my way, kid. I got some sorrows to drown.
I am my own superintendent. My star is on the ascendant. That's why I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. What
Hey,
people think
nice suit. Where'd you get it?
Costume shop at the mall. I had it custom made.
Yeah? Quality material. Who are you? Where you from?
The name's, Sonny Crockett.
if I do get the mean and stony stare?
Nobody. I mean, you don't know me. I come from a very different place.
Come on, what's the dough? Spill it, or I'll...
Go easy, kid. From the cut of the suit, I'm thinking he might be with the Valenti gang.
Is that so?
Yes?
Prove it. You ain't leaving till you show me some bona fides.
I've got a little something here that might convince you.
Don't even blink.
It's not a real gun. It's not a real gun, I swear. It's a gift from Don Valenti. See?
To your family from mine, in gratitude for your continued service, J.J. Valenti. Looks like little Sonny Crockett here really is with the Sacramento boys. You got stones, Pee-wee. I like that. Have yourself a drink on the house. Matches. Put down your gun. You look like a moron.
Matches.
I'm not pulling that thing out in here again unless it's a life or death situation. I'm not pulling that thing out in here again unless it's a life or death situation. I'm not pulling that thing out in here again unless it's a life or death situation. Excuse me, are you Trixie Trotter?
That's what it says on my dressing room door. At least, it would if I had a dressing room.
What's a nice gal like you doing with a guy like Tannen?
Kid ain't so bad. He just takes some...
Hey, Toots. Any chance you could sing that can number? The guys really love the way it shows off your, assets.
Whatever you say, kid.
And quit lazing around. I ain't paying you to yak with the drunks.
You ain't paying me at all, you bum. What were we talking about again?
I really like your voice.
Thanks. You should hear me when I ain't so under the weather.
You're sick?
Oh yeah, sore throat. That's why I'm giving Cue Ball so many extended solos tonight.
I kinda wondered about that. Do you know Sister Christian?
I don't do religious tunes.
Okay.
You were telling me what a great guy Kid is.
Yeah, I guess he is a pretty crummy boyfriend. But until my insurance policy checks out, I guess I'm stuck with him.
Insurance?
Yeah. Look, I may not be the brightest bulb in the marquee, but even I know you don't break up with a creep like Kid without something to keep him from going all crazy on you.
What's this insurance policy all about?
Are you kidding? There's only one person I trust with my secrets. But I ain't seen him in weeks.
You don't mean...
Artie McFly.
Artie McFly.
You know him?
Not as well as I thought.
Before he took a powder, Artie was tutoring me in all sorts of stuff. Etiquette, philosophy, accountant. He's a regular Renaissance man. He even had one of those smart guy professor's pipes, see?
Can I borrow this?
Sure. I've been secretly working on my Get Out of Kid card for weeks now. But Artie's the only one I trust to check my work. You can't be too careful when you're dealing with a maniac like Kid, you know.
Hey, you can trust me. Come on, what's the dirt you got on Kid?
Nix on that. I ain't spilling nothing until I talk with Arthur F-L-Y.
Break a leg out there.
Thanks.
She's supposed to turn on Kid Tannen tonight? Okay, Doc, if you say so.
Hey, you!
You talking to me?
Yeah, jerk. I saw you making eyes at my Eunice.
Why would
Oh, lay off, Ernie. He's kind of cute.
You think you can just waltz in here and make a play for another fella's girl?
No.
Give me a break. She's not my era.
Now you're gonna insult her? I ought to paste you one right on the...
Let him go, Ernie. Jeez, you're a mean drunk.
Hey, I know you. You're...
Parker. Oscar Danny Parker. Hill Valley PD. Have we met? You look familiar.
Nah.
Well, stranger, sit down and have a drink on me.
I hear you've been having troubles.
Troubles? Buddy, nobody knows the troubles I've seen.
Want to talk about them?
Do I? Do I? Yeah, I do. Listen, it all started when this car...
Every morning, every evening, ain't we got fun? Not much money, oh, but honey, ain't we got fun?
What?
Yeah.
What?
See you later, Danny.
I'll be here.
I'm supposed to get this guy to arrest Kid Tannen tonight?
In the winter,
You think you'd think
in the
for the
summer,
drink?
don't we have fun?
I don't care. It's the lyrics to her song.
Still we have fun. There's nothing surer. The rich get rich and the poor get children. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Come to me, my melancholy baby. Cuddle up and don't be blue. All your fears are foolish fancy, maybe. You know, dear,
Danny.
that I'm in love with you.
So about those troubles.
It all started on June 14th. I was chasing down one of Tannen's boys when this car, straight out of Buck Rogers, popped up out of nowhere and ran my car off the road.
No.
Then later, I lost track of a witness. The poor schlub hasn't been heard from since.
That wasn't your fault.
And then, to top it off, I somehow managed to lose custody of an 80-year-old arsonist. And not one, but two of those godforsaken space cars showed up and whisked him away.
That's unbelievable.
That's what the chief said. Demoted me on the spot. My family sent me to a psychiatrist because they thought I was seeing things. And worst of all, my gal Betty left me because she thinks I'm a bad provider and a head case.
Betty, as in Jennifer's grandma Betty?
What?
Listen, Danny, it's really important that you get back together with Betty.
Oh, that ship sailed. But the heck with her. I got a little secret that'll set me up with women twice as classy as Betty'll ever be.
Shouldn't you be arresting Tannen?
For what?
Well, for running a speakeasy, for one thing.
Well, I like this speakeasy. So there. Besides, if I arrested him, I'd have to arrest you and me and everyone else in here. And that's just way too much work for one little cop like me.
You know, drinking that much is really bad for your health.
What are you, my mother?
More like future grandson-in-law.
What?
Never mind. You know, drinking that much is really bad for your health.
What are you, my mother? What?
See you later, Danny.
I'll be here.
Hey, bartender.
What'll it be?
I'll have a drink.
What's your poison?
Peps, on second thought, forget it.
Suit yourself.
What are you drawing?
Another celebrity caricature.
You drew those?
Prohibition ain't gonna last forever, Bob. I gotta have a skill I can fall back on when all this goes away.
Think you could do a caricature of me?
Sure. Presto!
That really doesn't look like me.
I didn't have much to work with.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Who are you working on now?
Boris Karloff. What do you think?
Not bad. So about this, portrait gallery of yours.
What about it?
What's it all about? Who are those guys?
The caricatures hanging along the wall of honor commemorate those who are no longer with us on account of having ticked off one Irving Kid Tannen.
They're the guys the kids killed?
Well, of course not. They're just a bunch of guys that Kid didn't particularly like, and that at a later date turned up dead. It's what do you call it? A circumstantial coincidence. Yeah.
What can you tell me about Trixie?
You trying to put the moves on Kid's dame?
No way.
Good, because if you did, I'd probably be hanging you on the wall of honor. Know what I mean?
Thanks for the talk.
Next time, order a drink. This ain't no library, you know.
Hey, Artie. He's back.
Let's go get him.
Hey, Edna.
Mr. Crockett, what can I do for you?
What's going on with you and Emmett? The last time I saw you, you seemed to be kinda interested in him.
That was before I belatedly realized that his agreement to host my Stay Sober Society was a clever ruse to ferry barrels of hooch to his so-called laboratory.
Sorry about that.
Now his very presence fills me with an irrepressible urge to pick at his philosophical and intellectual foundations with every tool in my vocabulary.
So you're not dating?
Dating? The mere thought of romantic involvement with that undisciplined techno-anarchist is preposterous.
Good. What have you got against dogs, anyway?
That's what I
They're
wanna know.
smelly, rude, completely unable to take care of themselves, and frankly, they're not very bright. If I had my druthers, dogs would be banned from public places.
Harsh.
It's a harsh world, Mr. Crockett.
He said even harsh for dogs.
What was that song you were singing earlier?
Do you like it? I wrote it myself. It really gets the toes tapping at the Stay Sober Society meetings. Although I suppose that could be the Shakes. Would you like to hear it again?
Sure.
I knew if I waited long enough, somebody would request it.
You say you've lost your self-respect, but you should care. It's not too late to redirect and start to care. Don't despise the good and pure. Time to rise up from the world you care. You should care. You should care what people think of you. Of goals that you could name, reclaiming your good name is what you ought to do. You should care. You should care. If your reputation is in disrepair, it's not going to hurt you to reclaim your virtue, for you should care.
Oh, thank God it's over.
Catchy.
You really think so?
Yeah, it's, got a good hook to it.
One needs a good hook if one is fishing for souls.
Do you think I could have a copy of your You Should Care lyrics? I've, got a club of my own that could really use some inspiring.
Sure. Let me just get a page out of the hymnal. There you are.
Hey, thanks.
All right.
See ya.
Keep fighting the good fight.
I think that song should be a prohibited. Let's go see Doc.
Hey, Doc. How's the room?
It's a little cleaner than I would have imagined for a Depression-era flop house. How are your investigations going?
Doc, Parker's in worse shape than we thought. We've screwed up his life so bad he's been dumped by Jennifer's future grandmother.
Ah,
I know.
Marty, it's more important than ever that you get Officer Parker back on his destined path. If Jennifer never exists, then I'll never take you to 2015 to save your kids. Then old Biff will never...
Paradox City. Got it. Why didn't you tell me I'd run into your younger self tonight?
Because I don't remember being out here tonight. Clearly, your interactions with my younger self 2 months ago have slightly altered my personal timeline. I never have the nerve to perform public experiments like he's doing. No matter. Those experiments will be forgotten once I've seen Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
Yes. Right now, my younger self is fiddling around down there with rocket propulsion systems for his demonstration at the expo.
The thing that'll kick off your scientific career.
Exactly. Now, the rockets are a horrible idea, and I'll soon realize that they'll never work. But eventually, I'll wander into that movie theater and see Frankenstein and clear my mind. I've kept the ticket stub from that movie in my wallet ever since. See?
Why?
Because it's during this movie that I'll have the inspiration for my breakthrough at the expo.
It doesn't have anything to do with reanimating the dead, does it?
Not the way you're thinking, no. But during that famous scene when Colin Clive turned the wheel that raised that shrouded figure into the tower, and that bolt of lightning struck, well, let's just say more than one brain was reanimated that night.
Why are Tannens always such jerks, anyway?
It's hard to say. Rogue Neanderthal genes in their DNA, perhaps.
I saw him.
Who?
My grandpa, on his streetcar for just a second. Doc, we gotta find him.
Why?
Trixie thinks she's got something that could put Kid away, but Artie's the only one who can tell her for sure. I guess he's kind of her tutor or something.
Ah, so that's the connection. When your grandfather disappeared from Hill Valley for 2 months, the bond between him and Miss Trotter was severed, eventually leading to a timeline in which Trixie lost the nerve to betray Tannen.
Yeah?
We've got to find your grandfather.
Where'd you park the DeLorean?
I hid it in the DeSoto lot. Nobody's buying cars these days, so it should be safe in there.
Hey, who did burn down Tannen's original speakeasy anyway?
I still don't know. I'd really like to find out before we go home.
I never did get a straight answer about why you came back to 1931 in the first place.
It's, personal. When this is over, I'll tell you all about it.
I'm gonna hold you to that, you know. Can you explain all this? I'm confused.
It's very simple. In the original timeline, Timeline A, the speakeasy arsonist was never caught, creating one of Hill Valley's enduring historical mysteries.
Okay.
When I traveled back to 1931, I created Timeline B, in which I was misidentified as the arsonist and subsequently killed by Kid Tannen's goons. Einstein came with me, and somehow he ended up in the DeLorean when its failsafe mechanism triggered, sending it back to 1986.
Which is where I came in.
Precisely. You traveled back to June 14th, 1931, creating Timeline C, a world in which Carl Sagan wasn't rubbed out by Kid Tannen. But Arthur McFly was served with a subpoena.
And shot by Kid Tannen's goons.
Yes. So you jumped back in time 6 hours, creating Timeline D, saving your grandfather's life, but somehow preventing Kid Tannen from meeting his date with justice.
Which is why the Tannens were so powerful when we jumped back to 86.
Uh-huh. So now we've returned to August of 1931, creating Timeline E, in which, fingers crossed, we'll send Tannen to prison where he belongs. Got it?
Sure.
Good.
One question.
What?
Can you explain all this? I'm confused. Emmett's not having much luck getting Einstein off the courthouse.
I'm not surprised. Einie's a smart dog, but heights give him the willies.
What can we do?
I've got it.
What?
Just get my younger self distracted, and I'll handle the rest.
Okay, I better get back to fixing history.
Be careful, Marty.
Don't worry, Emmett. I'm sure you'll get it right someday.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. Right now, I'm more concerned with Einstein.
Have you seen that Frankenstein movie yet? I hear it's pretty inspirational.
Not yet. I've been so busy with my rocket car that I haven't found the time. But I'm planning on going tonight. At least I will once I get Einstein down.
Why don't you take a break from Einstein Patrol for a minute? Maybe go see a movie or something.
Thanks for the offer, Sonny. But once Emmett Lathrop Brown sets his mind on a task, nothing can distract him from his purpose. And right now, that purpose is rescuing your dog.
What went wrong with your rocket car?
I'm not entirely sure. As soon as we get Einstein down, I'm gonna go look for it.
What's up with you and Edna? A couple months ago, I could swear she was making goo-goo eyes at you.
That was before my father had her Stay Sober Society meeting thrown out of our house. Now she takes every opportunity she can get to snipe at me and my work. It's very distracting.
Why don't you go look for your car now?
And leave Einie stuck on a ledge? Never! Dogs are much more important than any silly rocket car. Especially one that doesn't work at all.
Well, I'll go off and see if I can get some help.
You do that. I'll stay here and see if I can think of a way to get Einie off that ledge. Don't touch those! They're very sensitive!
Sorry.
I didn't even touch it.
Don't touch those! They're very sensitive!
Sorry.
I'm shading his pencil. Oh yes, go. What do you suggest we should...
Hey, Doc, I could use a little help.
What's the problem?
Any sign of Artie?
Haven't spotted him yet.
Okay, I better get back to fixing history.
Be careful, Marty.
No, Let's go.
Welcome back, sir.
Looks like Parker's still parked. Hey, kid.
What is it, Squirt?
That's a nice place you got here.
Ain't it? I picked out all the statuary myself when I was traveling through Greece.
I can tell. It's got that tannin touch.
Thanks.
How long have you and Trixie been going out?
You mean knocking boots? Oh, about a year now.
That's a long time.
Tell me about it. I keep meaning to dump her for a newer model, but then she starts singing at me, and I remember why we got together in the first place.
Love?
Free nightclub entertainment.
See ya, kid.
Yeah, whatever.
The shrew didn't burrow deep enough. Hey!
Take a hike, Squirt.
I'm not pulling that thing out in here again unless it's a life or death situation.
Oh, Ed. Oh yes, I know the adjectives now. Get Parker to tell his secrets.
Welcome back, sir.
Looks like Parker's still parked. Danny.
You!
You've got a secret? What is it?
Look, buddy, I like you, but I'm just not in the mood to be spilling secrets right now.
See you later, Danny.
I'll be here.
Let's put on the music to tell his secret. To make him tell his secret.
Whisper in my ear, so no one can hear. Secrets are for sharing love, they're not meant for blaring love. Whisper in my ear, so no one can hear. Shh. Whisper in my ear, let me read you soft and clear. Don't make it fortissimo, make it
Danny.
You!
So about that secret.
Oh yeah, my secret. Well, you're my pal, so I can tell you, but don't let it get out. I've been working for Tannen for over a month now.
What?
It's true. All I gotta do is look the other way while evidence is getting destroyed or a truck full of gin is coming across the county line. And Tannen makes sure an extra bunch of bills makes their way into my pay envelope. Great deal, huh?
No, not a great deal.
What's the problem? People need to drink, right? As long as no one's getting hurt, why shouldn't Daniel J. Parker make a few bucks on the action?
But people are getting hurt. Kid's a killer.
Ah, that's just rumors and circumnavigational evidence. Although, that wall of fame is pretty spooky. Oh God, I've made a horrible mistake. I thought if I could get my hands on some money, that Betty'd take me back. But when she finds out what I'd done, she'll never even talk to me again. What have I done?
Come on, Danny, pull yourself together. It's not so bad.
Not so bad? I'm a corrupt cop who's lost his only chance at true love. How's that not so bad?
Hang in there, Danny.
Oh, God.
Hey, Trixie, look over there.
Why?
Didn't you see it?
No.
Ah, never mind.
I think that we should give Trixie a few form beyond the lyrics. Let's just give Trixie a few minutes to beyond the lyrics.
Edna!
What?
Whatever happened with that speakeasy arsonist?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Me?
Don't play coy with me. I may not have any journalistically acceptable proof, but I know you had a hand in Carl Sagan's daring escape from the authorities.
What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
Saving people from alcohol, vice, and disorder. And also keeping a lookout for hot stories. You'd be surprised how much news breaks on this corner.
Broken any stories tonight?
Only the usual. Mayor Thomas trying to slink out of the speakeasy. Frankie Needles crashing his car into a fire hydrant. Nothing that'll get me the front page.
Didn't you think that Sagan was innocent?
I used to, but after he escaped, 2 more speakeasies were torched in Colfax and Georgetown.
That's just a coincidence.
Coincidence? Or is our friend Carl a serial arsonist?
See ya.
Keep fighting the good fight.
Could use a little help.
What's the problem?
I need some help with Einstein.
Emmett's not having much luck getting Einstein off the courthouse.
I'm not surprised. Einstein's a smart dog, but heights give him the willies.
What can we do?
I've got it.
What?
Just get my younger self distracted, and I'll handle the rest.
Okay, I better get back to fixing history.
Be careful, Marty.
Any luck with Einstein?
I'm still thinking about it. It's a perplexing spatial conundrum, aggravated by Einie's understandable skittishness.
Well, I'll go off and see if I can get some help.
You do that. I'll stay here and see if I can think of a way to get Einie off that ledge.
Any luck with Einstein?
I'm still thinking about it. It's a perplexing spatial conundrum, aggravated by Einie's understandable skittishness.
So, you and Edna have been talking a lot?
More like debating. Endlessly debating.
Ouch.
You know what's strange? Edna and I have lived in Hill Valley all our lives, but until you introduced us, I don't think we've ever said 2 words to each other. Funny, isn't it?
Yeah, funny.
It's funny out.
Just so we're clear, you and Edna aren't, dating, are you?
Oh, good Lord, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Miss Strickland's an attractive woman with many fine qualities, but she's far too stubborn and controlling for a dreamer like me.
Good.
And on top of everything else, she keeps distracting me from my work. Who could put up with a woman like that?
Pretty much all women. Pretty much all.
Just so we're clear, you and Edna aren't, dating, are you?
Oh, good Lord, no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Miss Strickland's an attractive woman with many fine qualities, but she's far too stubborn and controlling for a dreamer like me.
Good.
And on top of everything else, she keeps distracting me from my work. Who could put up with a woman like that?
Well, I'll go off and see if I can get some help.
You do that. I'll stay here and see if I can think of a way to get Einie off that ledge.
This is no time for word games.
I got an idea.
The only thing I want to break this bottle on is one of those goons' heads.
Yes, you already said that. Where'd you go from here?
Don't touch those! They're very sensitive!
Sorry. Hey, boy, don't worry. We'll get you down.
How?
Geez, Emmett, I don't know. I was just trying to comfort him. There's only a few people, and maybe an animal or two, who'd be interested in Grandpa's smelly old pipe. But this isn't one of them. Any luck with Einstein?
I'm still thinking about it. It's a perplexing spatial conundrum, aggravated by Einie's understandable skittishness.
You know anything about Trixie Trotter?
The songbird of the Sierras? The nightingale of the north? The floozy of the foothills? Never heard of her. And I've definitely never snuck into Tannen's speakeasy to listen to her.
Do you know anything about Officer Danny Parker?
My pop says he's a good cop when he's not drinking.
Good.
Of course, now I hear he drinks all the time.
Well, I'll go off and see if I can get some help.
You do that. I'll stay here and see if I can think of a way to get Einie off that ledge.
I might have to stop there, guys. Seeing that it's gonna take so long.